have used it,
Mhm.
and it has worked for me. I mean, my daughter, she has eczema.
Mhm.
It helps her.
Mhm.
And I know, like, poison oak, poison ivy, it has worked on that. Um, Little cuts and bruises, we always have it, like, lying around.
Yeah,
Let me grab a
just
little
little
boo-boo
dab.
cream. Yeah.
And it only takes a little bit of this stuff. It amazes me. My dad says you should sell it for $20 a bottle as long as that stuff lasts.
Yes.
And he was like, you don't hardly
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 months you're still using the same jar. Two separate kinds. This is the calming salve, and this is for like your skin. And like you said, it's for any type of boo-boos. It started out, I have the dandelions, the dead purple nettles, the plantain leaves, and the plantain leaves are really good for like drawing out like infection, or like with the poison oak and the poison ivy, and you have the stuff that's in your skin that needs to dry out. So that's a drying component. And then I have the rose petals, and it only takes a little bit of this stuff. It amazes me. My dad says you should sell it for $20 a bottle as long as that stuff lasts.
Yes.
And he was like, you don't hardly 4 or 5 months you're still using the same jar.
Yeah.
So even though it looks like it's a little small 2-ounce container, it
does. It lasts a long time.
I have two separate kinds. This is the calming salve, and this is for like your skin. And like you said, it's for any type of boo-boos. It started out, I have the dandelions, the dead purple nettles, the plantain leaves, and the plantain leaves are really good for like drawing out like infection, or like with the poison oak and the poison ivy, and you have the stuff that's in your skin that needs to dry out. So that's a drying component. And then I have the rose petals, which make a powder out of that and put it in there. And your rose petals is what will make your skin like calm. Like, so like with the eczema, that's what calms your skin down. And along with the dandelions and the purple nettles, they just really help your complexion, they tone your skin. It's really good for your face too, because it helps to tone your skin.
Yeah, especially with everybody being cooped up, because of COVID and all that stuff, and can't go anywhere.
Right.
It really help your skin.
Yeah. So, and then it has it has natural beeswax in it. So another thing that I do is I have bees. So I tend to those too.
Yeah.
Is one of my hobbies and things that I like to do, that it actually, I don't know, it makes me nervous, but in the same sense it makes me so happy to be able to tend to them, because there's like my 300 children on the comb.
That's cute. I like that.
So, but they also, they give me the wax and the honey that I use, but the wax that I use from here is from right straight from the bee source. Like, I don't purchase it.
That's
so a lot
awesome.
of things that are in my salves are raw, completely raw, made straight from nature. It's not purchased.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. And then I have a relief salve that is, it's got CBD oil in it. So that's the only thing that is manufactured, but it is, all the other items are still the same natural components.
Yeah.
That's for pain.
That's great that you've been able to keep your prices down even with the CBD oil, because that stuff is crazy expensive.
It is. It is.
I love that you, when you're going for your walks and you're picking the things for even more healing. So even when you're out and you're relaxing, you're still thinking about helping people and, you know, what this is going to...
Nature's medicine.
Right. Yeah. I love that.
How we can help others. And I'm always, if, like on Facebook or something, I feel like if I'm harvesting for myself, like with, the golden rods that are down the road and things that I harvest every year, I always pick that stuff and I'm like, hey, this is what you do with it, so that everybody else too.
You're sharing the information, not just trying to make it to sell, or hey, you can take this and you can use this on your own and do this and this. I like that. I like that. Do you find that because you're you're doing the Reiki with others and you're doing the Reiki with yourself, it's like it changed your whole lifestyle.
Oh, gosh, did it? Yes, it did. When I started, I was just like anybody else. Like, I had more bad days than I had good days. And I wondered, is there anything else out there? There's got to be something else out there. I cannot live a life that's frustrated all the time.
Right.
I cannot live a life that has this much pain and hurt built up and pent up. I took it out on anybody that, somebody would come and fuss at me or say, just the littlest, meanest thing, and I would automatically just lash out.
Really? I can't imagine that about you.
Yes, Reiki has very much so caused me to release all of that. All of that. I have, I am human. I do have bad days still.
Yeah.
But for the most part, every day it's just like, I can let it go. I mean, even my kids are like, you're not fussing at her for doing anything,
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore. I'm not that mom that, you always hear, you shouldn't fuss at your kids, but we all do it.
Right.
But I'm at that point where I don't have it in me. Like, I do have bad days, but 90% of the time,
Right.
I don't have it in me. It takes a lot for, multiple things on top of each other for me to get to that point. And now it's like, when I get to that point, instead of lashing out, instead of being so angry at it, I'm able to say, hey, now I need to calm myself down even further, and I need to release it. Release the things that I'm feeling and let it go.
So not just like when you're in a Reiki session, but it's also when you're having those moments throughout the day, you're taking that information and essentially you're finding that calm.
Yeah.
And oh wow.
Within myself. So
Yeah.
Reiki allows for you to take the energy that's around all of us, and it allows for you to bring it into yourself in order to just work through it.
Oh wow. Yeah, see, I
To
had
let it
no
go.
idea. I had no idea. Oh, that would be really helpful. That would be really helpful.